What's up, and welcome back to Milk 2. In celebration for the return of One Piece, I thought it would be a great time to rank every single One Piece anime opening from worst to best. And that's what we're going to do today. We're actually not going to go in release order, we're going to go from what I think is the worst to what I think is the best. There's not really much else to say to explain it, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Number 27 is OP10 We Are 10th Anniversary Edition. It's sung by Tohoshinki, who's from the J-pop band TVXQ, and this song is a disgrace to We Are, which is arguably one of the best One Piece opening songs. I personally feel like it takes all of the good parts about We Are, the things about it that make it magical and romantic and adventurous. It takes all those things and it just guts it with this like with this like retail type J-pop music version of it. And also the opening is really ugly. Like, I mean, it's not really ugly. This is like, I think one of the first One Piece openings that was actually in HD, or at least like 16:9 or whatever. And it is just, this era of One Piece I personally feel to be really ugly. Like, look at this clip of Luffy walking on the beach. He looks so stiff. It looks so dumb. This OP is in the 27th spot mostly because it kind of tarnishes the same thing that it tries to celebrate, and I think that's disgraceful. Number 26 is opening 20, Hope by Namie Amuro. So probably like a lot of the next few are gonna be from this era of One Piece that most people are not huge fans of, myself included. I'm talking about the One Piece anime, by the way. But yeah, this song, for one, you would never think this is a One Piece song. Like, if you close your eyes and you try to imagine what show this song is for, you would never in your life think that it's for One Piece. Also, just sonically, I'm not a fan of this song. It's kind of very like electro-poppy, and then right after it goes into this very like low-key song that I feel doesn't match the visuals at all. Like, One Piece is very adventurous, bombastic, exciting, and this song is so like chill. It feels like something that you'd get from like Oshinoko or some shit like that. But yeah, I really just don't like this song at all, and that's why it's at number 26. Number 25 is opening 14, Fight Together, also by Namie Amuro. This song, I mean, maybe it's just the artist that I'm not a fan of, but this song has the exact same problem as the previous song. It's like electro-pop that is not exciting at all. It's very chill and very low-key, especially for a period of One Piece that's like, I don't know, a bit more emotional. This song, it just takes all of the wind out of your sails. I think the focus here is that it's trying to be about good memories and all of the things that happened in One Piece, because this song is right after Marineford, when Luffy is talking about all his friends, or he's trying to remember that he has all his friends still. The song fits the purpose of where it is in the story, but I just don't like the song, and the opening it's okay. I like the little section where they're going through the memories, like flashbacks of the memories. I think that's a good part, where Luffy's like meeting all of his friends. I think that's a good part. But other than that, yeah, this song kind of sucks ass. Sorry. Number 24, opening 16, Hands Up by Kota Shinzato. So this is one of those One Piece openings that kind of just has like one line that they like to just rest their laurels on. That whole the hands up. That's this whole song. If you heard that one part, you've heard this whole fucking song. And to me, that shit is so annoying. Like, I just can't handle it. It's too much of that. And also the opening itself kind of has no identity. Like, it's just, you know, the most basic of basic One Piece openings you could get. This was at a time, I think this opening came out at a time where the show was at a very low budget point. So I guess I understand why it's not the most amazing opening, but yeah, you can definitely see the limited budget. If I had to pick out one part of the opening that I like the most, I guess, I like the part where the whole crew is walking away from the camera and they get hugged by Luffy. That's probably the best part of the opening. Number 23 is opening 19, We Can by Kishidan and Hiroshi Kitadani. Like the other previous 3 songs, this song is kind of really weak. Out of all of the like We opening songs, like We Go, We Are, this is easily the weakest one. It has such a little identity that I could barely even tell you where it is in the story. I think it's Dressrosa. I think this has the same problems as the previous opening. There's a point in One Piece where they had a really low budget. This opening has like no identity whatsoever. It's just like less offensive than the other previous 3, and so yeah, that's what it is. Okay, now we're entering the C tier. For number 22, we have opening 17, Wake Up by AAA. For this whole C tier, it's going to be hard for me to make statements because I find all of these to be so mediocre. But this one is kind of cute. It's doing a little something with like the color schemes of the characters. You know how all the different characters have like their own color brand that goes with them. It's trying to do a little something with that. That part of it is cute, but the way that it like establishes it feels like it's for like a mobile game, not for an anime opening. So I'm gonna, yeah, this one's just gonna be in the C tier. Not much else to say about it. The song is okay. That's just how it is. Okay, at number 21, we have OP23 Dreamin' On by Da Ice. This song, like the previous one, is generally unoffensive, and the animation for the opening is actually pretty good. But the reason why it's a little bit lower here in the C rank is because it does something that I personally find indefensible in reference to an opening. From 54 seconds to about 1 minute 14 seconds. So for about 20 seconds of this 2-minute opening, it is just clips from the anime. I personally find this to be the worst thing you can do as an anime opening. It's fine to have low budget, but that to me is so fucking stupid. I don't know. There's just something about it, especially with these later openings that have a lot more budget. This is like when One Piece is starting to really pop off again. And they do this all the time. One Piece loves to do this thing where they just put clips in the opening. I don't understand it, and I never will. It is one of the worst things that you can do to like ruin a good opening for me. It is just so, I will never like it. I will always think it's trash. But yeah, otherwise the opening is fine. It's okay. At number 20, we have OP21 Superpowers by V6. So for the most part, this opening is pretty mid. Like it has the classic character zooming out, like characters face zooming out to do something like their one special move that they do. The reason why it's here is because I actually like the song pretty much. I also like this one section where Luffy is like running in Mirror World. It's probably the best part of the opening just because it's so well animated and I really like the direction of it. But otherwise it's mid, nothing much to say. For number 19, we have OP18 Hard Knock Days by Generations from Exile Tribe. Whatever the fuck that means. I actually like the opening itself, the animation of the opening itself in this case, but the song is so fucking annoying. Like it's actually unbearable to listen to a little bit, but it's not garbage. That opening itself actually has some good direction. It's not particularly special in any way. The part that I like the most, I really like this section where Usopp's singing. It's this little part where Usopp is singing with Brook. That's probably the best part. Okay, I know this is going to be blasphemous, but at number 18, we have OP11 Share the World by Tonoshinki, the same dude who did that blasphemous ass We Are cover that I put in 27. This is a really popular opening, and I actually like it for nostalgic reasons, but the song itself is pretty bad, actually. It just is. And also the opening itself is like not good in any particular way. I like the little like character moments that they do with the names that show up. We're getting to the point where the openings are starting to be actually good and not just bad straight up. So this is kind of like to me the worst of the good openings. You know what I mean? But I still think overall it's average because I find the song to be annoying. People talk a lot about One Piece losing all of its like funniness identity in the current anime. I feel like this opening has a lot of that childish, exciting vibe that people are talking about that they miss. OP6 Brand New World by D51. This is another classic opening. My problem with it is that one, the song sucks. And two, the animation is kinda bad. Even though it's classic One Piece, it's not really very good at all, in my opinion. Like, it's one of those ones that's just like, here's a character, zoom out, here's everyone running all at the same time. It's not really anything special. The part that I really like is this section where the Going Merry is going across the world and it's getting shot at by the Marines. That's probably my favorite part. And then they do that other thing that I was talking about where they put in clips from the show. Which is just, why are we doing this, guys? We gotta stop doing this. I really, at this point in the One Piece lifespan, like, I'm not talking about this opening, but for the future, please, can we please stop putting clips of the show in the opening? Please. The opening is like 2 minutes or less every time. Please stop putting clips in for like 10 plus seconds, 20 plus seconds. It is embarrassing, Toei. It is embarrassing. All right, done with the C tier, and now we're going into the B tier. All right, at number 16, we have OP22, Over the Top by Hiroshi Kidadani and Kohei Tanaka. Okay, so this is the first of the Wano openings, and at this point in the One Piece community, everyone is like, holy shit, we are seriously leveling up the opening game, because this opening's animation is crazy compared to a lot of the older shit, especially stuff during Dressrosa, where it might as well be a fucking slideshow. This opening, even though it does do the fucking, oh, let's show clips from the show again, it looks so nice. The rest of the opening, I love it. The only reason why it's at the bottom of B tier, because I don't really like the song very much, but damn, it's so pretty. Like, compared to a lot of this old stuff, it looks so good, and it has a lot of personality, especially at the beginning. So much personality. So it feels so One Piece. I love this opening, and it's the beginning of the really good openings. At number 15, we got OP24 Paint by I Don't Like Mondays. Okay, so this opening covers the roof piece section of Wano, and overall it's pretty good. I think the reason why it's at the lower end of B tier for me is because I don't think the song matches the vibe that the animation in the opening goes for, only because it's like happy. And for most of the opening, I don't think it matches the vibe of the animation super well, but I do think it is very good. And easily the best part of the opening here is the first part where it's showing Luffy with all the emperors, and then it goes into Kaido, and then he punches One Piece. It's just good. That part is good. The best part of the opening easily. And I like it. Number 14, we got OP number 8, Crazy Rainbow or Crazy Rainbow Star. To me, Crazy Rainbow is definitely one of those openings that captures early One Piece so well, or at least the in-between sections of One Piece where they're not fighting anybody. They're just going from place to place and just exploring. That's what this opening feels like to me. It's just so, not relaxing, but it's just a good time. It's a good summer song, and I really like it. It's a good homage to old One Piece. At number 13, we have OP12, Kaze wo Sagashite by Mari Yaguchi. This opening, I don't particularly like the song, but it's high up here because I really like what they did with the concept of the opening. Basically, there's this thing called color pages or color spreads, if you follow the manga at all. But basically, there are these little things that happen in Shonen Jump for every manga. Every so often, they get what's called a color spread before their chapter is placed in the weekly manga. And so they get 2 pages where they get to just have a big colored drawing. And One Piece does this all the time. And this opening just takes a bunch of those color spreads from early One Piece and it just brings it to life. I think this is also one of the earlier ones where this is like one of the first One Piece openings in HD. I think it's good. It's really nostalgic. I really like this section of the opening where it kind of gets a little bit serious because it's we're in the Summit War Saga, and it has Ace going up the stairs and it gets all serious. I really like that part. Okay, this next one is definitely a hot take, but at number 12, we have opening 2, Believe by Folder 5. So to my knowledge, most people actually really don't like this opening at all, but there's something about it. It defies all logic of the previous openings that I talked about. You know, slideshows bad, showing clips from the show bad. This is easily the worst offender of that out of all of the openings. But I love this song, and I love how cheesy this opening is and how corny it is. Visuals wise, this is easily the worst One Piece opening, probably of all time. I love this section of One Piece, is one of my favorite parts of One Piece, and the song is a banger. It just is. Folder 5 is a great band, and this song is great. And even though it defies all my takes on the previous songs, fuck you. It's my list. Okay, so at number 11, the last opening in B tier, OP13, One Day by The Rootless. This opening is kind of like the prototypical sad or moody opening. It's very like jam rock and very down with the moody vibes of Marineford. And for that reason, I really like it. It's kind of like the only One Piece opening that has this like classic moody J-rock vibe. And the entire opening is kind of just Luffy on this mental journey, going through all of his like trials and tribulations, getting up to this point of getting to see his brother, and he's just going to his brother, and that's all the opening is. And I like how simple it is, and I like that it's just a tale of two brothers, Luffy and Ace, and their journey, both independently and together. It's just a great opening. Coming hot onto the presses of A tier, we got number 10, OP25, Psycho Totatsuten by Sekai no Owari. This OP, great song, amazing animation, but, and there's a fat but, the first half of this opening is replays of anime clips through a shit grainy filter in a little circle in the front of the screen. I don't know why they chose to do this with this opening. I guess it's like somebody telling the story of, I think it's Odin. I don't know. It's somebody telling the story of the events of the Wano arc. Like that's supposed to be like the message of that first section, but really it's just budget. It's just budgetary restrictions so that they can give you the actual good opening that is the second half. And oh my god, is it amazing. Like this clip of Luffy smiling as he's like covering through the sun. It's just so beautiful. It's probably one of the most beautiful openings of the show. The animation is amazing. The colors are so expressive, and the way the characters move is there's so much life. This part where Kid covers his face as the fireworks go off behind him, it's so pretty. And just all of the unique and interesting angles. Toei was really in their bag at this part of the show. This is when Toei was really in their bag, and every week there were just clips popping left and right on Twitter. This week there's one crazy clip, and next week there's another crazy clip. Toei was so in their bag during this period of One Piece. I love pretty much the whole second half of the opening. There's not a single bad shot. All of it is amazing, and they're still doing this whole theme with like the circle. I really appreciate that. They're doing the whole circle thing like throughout the whole thing, like connecting to the beginning, and then at the end it goes into the O of One Piece. It's just a great opening. It's unfortunate that the first half is just a bunch of fucking clips, but it's fine because we still have the second half, and that's why it's at number 10. It would be way higher if the beginning of the opening wasn't, what it is. I mean, at number 9 we have OP4 Bon Voyage by Bon Bon Blanco. This is like a super classic One Piece opening. It is the beach opening of One Piece, the like summer song beach opening. If there was one, this is the one. More than Believe, more than Crazy Rainbow, more than Share the World, this is the we are pirates on a beach One Piece opening. Right out the jump, I will say this is an early One Piece opening, and it falls victim to the clips thing. But I really like the song. It's just such a classic. I love this part where it has Luffy and the crew, and they're walking forward, and it shows all of their faces as they're joining the crew, and they're doing it in order. It's just so cute. And I love this other section where they're all on the boat together, and they're all in like their special colors. I love it when every time One Piece does this thing where they're like showing the boat on top of the world map, it's almost always going to be good. I don't know why. I love those parts of the openings. I don't have too much to say about this opening. It's a classic. It's good. It's at number 9. We love it. At number 8, we have the brand new One Piece opening, OP-27 Angel and Devil by Green Boys. Now, first off, I want to be upfront. I don't really like the song that goes with this opening. However, I think this is easily the best storytelling there's ever been in a One Piece opening. This opening very clearly communicates the story of the entire arc that's about to unfold, and not in a way that spoils it. This is one of those ones very much if you know, you know type of things. Like if you read the manga, you know everything that they're referencing in this opening, but it doesn't spoil anything, and the music matches perfectly to the visuals. It's just from beginning to end tells such a good story, and there's no fucking clips in it. So yeah, easy number 8. Shout out to Green Day, Green Boys, whatever the fuck. It's a good opening, kind of a mid song, but the opening is just amazing. It's beautiful, so well communicates the warmth of like memories, and you can clearly tell which parts of the opening are memories and which parts are like current reality that's taking place. At number 7, we have OP9 Jungle P by 50/50. This song to me is like crack. This OP easily is one of the catchiest One Piece openings. It just, you hear it and it gets stuck in your head. It's just such a vibe, and it does a great job of communicating the spooky yet exciting vibe of the Thriller Bark arc. Probably my favorite part is where it's just like an aerial shot of them just walking. It's cute. And then my other favorite part is when they show Brook and he's like chattering his teeth, and then everyone gets jump scared. But yeah, this is mostly, Jungle P is mostly here at number 7 because the song is just so good. And that's all I have to say about that. Number 6, OP3 Hikari E by the Baby Stars. This one is so nostalgic to me. Oh my god. This is one of those One Piece openings that you listen to it and it's like, damn, I could cry. This shit is just beautiful. And I love this shot at the beginning where the Going Merry is like floating across the water of the world and everyone is running on top. It is one of my favorite One Piece opening visuals of all time. I wish there was a modern version of it that was like not at 240p. The song itself is very good. It's very like sing-songy, very good vibes. I think this is covering the Drum Island arc? Question mark? I don't remember. But this is also back in the period where One Piece also did like English dubs of every single One Piece opening. And the English dub of this was done by Vic Mignogna, who is socially disgraced, but the song he did was actually, the cover he did was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, this one gets to number 6 spot pretty much exclusively from that opening shot and the nostalgia. It's too good. I don't know what to tell you. At number 5, we have OP-15 We Go by Hiroshi Kitadani. This opening, to me, this is a One Piece opening. It's full of adventure. It's full of romance. It feels like you're about to set sail on the sea. It is so like, give me a pirate hat and a peg leg right now. It's so One Piece. I feel like this song, along with a few of the other songs I'm about to put up in the top 5, this is like permanently connected to One Piece in my mind. When I'm thinking of One Piece music and One Piece songs, along with like Drums of Liberation, this is easily up there as like the most One Piece coded music there possibly is. The visuals, to me, you know, I'm not a super fan of the visuals, but dude, this song is so One Piece, and it makes sense that like this is the song that we get right after we come back from the separation arc going into Fishman Island. It's just so One Piece, and I love this part. I love this part where the music slows down and it goes from young Roger to Shanks giving the hat to young Luffy to Luffy. It's just such a good visual that they try to do in other openings that I think this one is like probably the best version of that concept. And also I love the like wallpapers that they do at the end for every character. It's just, this is a very chef's kiss One Piece opening. It's so One Piece. I just can't get over it. At number 4, we have OP26 Us by Hiroshi Kitadani. Holy shit. This, in terms of visual splendor, this is the One Piece opening to watch. Holy fuck. It does so much in such little time. Like, you could watch over it for hours and not get every detail that it puts in front of your face. It's so pretty. It's so cinematic. Even though the song isn't like the best ever, holy shit, it is just such a fucking vibe. It's so pretty, dude. I'm watching it as I'm like talking right now. How do they ever beat this in terms of visuals? How will they ever beat this opening? It feels impossible. Like this section where Luffy is walking over the different islands and it's changing all their outfits to where they like, oh my god, dude, it's just, this opening is crazy. And this section where it's showing they're like fighting and it's showing all their faces fighting and changing while they're fighting, it's fucking crazy, dude. I also love this art style change for the Egghead arc. It's so, I don't know how to describe it, but it's so, compared to the Wano's ink brushy look, the Egghead style is so chewy. That's the best way I can describe it. It's like bubblegummy, it's so chewy and cartoony. I love it. It's easily the best new opening they've made, hands down. Not even close, not even a little bit close. This opening blows opening 27 out of the fucking water like a million times over. It's not even close. Okay, at number 3 we have OP5 Kokoro no Chizu by Boy Style. Now I know this is going to be a really underrated pick, but I'll just come right out and say it. This is my first One Piece opening. And the reason why it's so high on this list is because of that. It's from a section of the story that no one really cares about. I don't know if it crosses over into Water 7. I think it does. But this is like, it starts in the Long Ring Longland arc and no one gives a fuck about that arc except for me. But this was my first, like, when I saw a One Piece on Adult Swim for the first time, this is the opening that I saw. And ever since then, One Piece has always interested me. And this, I don't know how to describe it. This is like the nostalgia, the One Piece nostalgia cranked up to the max for me. And even though it's not visually the best opening ever, I love how it starts out with like all of them falling out of the sky. And the song itself is just such a banger with the trumpet, and it feels very lighthearted, and it's very much emblematic of that early goofy One Piece vibe. I'm just realizing now how many of the rules this breaks for me, but this is just a nostalgia pick. It does have clips in it. I don't know. It's hard for me to defend this rating because it makes no sense at all, but this is my first One Piece opening and that's why it's here. Sorry. At number 2, we have OP1 We Are by Hiroshi Kitadani. I don't know if you watch this video expecting something else, but this is the quintessential One Piece opening. It just is. There is no other opening that will ever be more One Piece than this opening. It's just so, it's so romantic, and it's everything about the exploration and adventure that One Piece aims to present to the viewer is what this opening does. And I don't know how they got this lucky with their first opening, but it's perfect. There's almost nothing about it that I can critique. It's so good, and every part of it, it's just amazing. It's not the most beautifully animated opening of all time, but it communicates so perfectly what you can expect out of the show. And I don't know. How could you top it? At number 1, we have OP7 We Are, sung by the Straw Hat Pirates. Like I just said, what's the only way you could top the opening one? The feeling, the vibe of One Piece. You turn it into a celebration of it by making it be sung by all the characters in the show. It's the only way you could top it. They tried to remix it with the last pick that I did, number 27, We Are. They tried to do it that way. This is the only way you can do it. All the characters singing the opening. It's so hard to describe how well it services the show. I'm so happy that this exists, and I'm so glad they haven't done it for any of the other openings. This opening is just so special to me. When One Piece ends, this will be the one that like gets me the most emotional. At least it probably will be. And that's why it's at number 1. It hits me the hardest, and I feel the most feelings when I listen to it / watch it. And you know, maybe you feel different, but I feel like any One Piece fan feels very strongly affected by this opening. Alright guys, that was every One Piece opening ranked from worst to best. It is hot as fuck in my room because I have the AC off so that it doesn't peak the mic. So I gotta get out of here soon. But I hope you enjoyed that. I'm thinking about doing this with some other animes. Let me know if there's some long-running animes you want me to rank their openings. This was really fun. I'm excited to continue watching One Piece as it returns, and I look forward to the new openings in the future. However many we get, there's probably not going to be that many, considering that we're nearing the end. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Did I rank them well? What is your like top 3 or bottom 3? Let me know. But outside of that, peace.